Arpeggios and Fretboard Freedom. I'm Robin Nolan, and in this series of videos I'm answering your questions on playing Gypsy Jazz guitar. And I've got a question from Martin Lawson, and he's asking about some simple basic arpeggios which can guide him through improvising in Gypsy Jazz and get him to know the fretboard and where to play them, how to use them. So I won't make this video too long. I'm going to show you some solid ideas which I use regarding arpeggios and the fretboard, so you can start to apply them to your playing straight away. Now I'm going to give two different examples, one in the major and one in the minor. So if I'm thinking minor for a start, so let's say we're playing over G minor, over the G minor phrase. Let's just be really obvious at the beginning. So an obvious one would be this sound is one which I would use. So F sharp, G, A, B flat, then roll between the D and the G, B flat, D, G, then rest on the sixth on the E. So slow motion. One more time. Just like that. So that's going to sound, that's classic Gypsy Jazz sound over the G minor 6. There's a G minor thing. An idea I love to use is starting on the third, on the minor third. So that's just one idea which I use a lot. So that's B flat, D, G, B flat, D, G, B flat, D, resting on the C there. It's kind of got a nice sound. Sounds great over G minor. Now I've got a kind of lick which I do out of that. It's kind of based from that arpeggio, and that's what I'm, if we're talking about unlocking the fretboard and kind of, being free with these arpeggios, then you just don't want to be stuck to the arpeggio itself. You want to be able to fill in the gaps and, the cracks and get those chromatics in and just kind of make it sound like your own. So for example, from this arpeggio, I would go. Okay, so that's two areas, G minor, it's going along. I go. Or the third area, so you got starting on the third, which is nice. And then you've also got here, so the G with your pinky. And then you're following where the other one ends up, but just starting here. I always kind of physically see this shape as well. Like that. So G minor here. Here, here. There's three areas for G minor. For the major, then obviously you've got, the same thing, just with the major there, down there. And you've also got it here. I would start, often when I'm playing in G major, I'll start it here. So same thing here, G, B, D, G, D. There you go, G. And I think the key with these things is to, learn, obviously all these arpeggios, you can find them pretty easy, is to kind of always apply them to music, so if you're learning a piece like, Lady Be Good, or one of these pieces, try and always be able to superimpose the arpeggio to music, so you're not just learning them kind of in an abstract way. Try and relate them to music. Also, don't be afraid, like I said, to fill the gaps in and kind of like slink around with them. I think the power of arpeggios, or knowing them where they are on the fretboard, is that it gives you, physically you know where it's going to sound good. And if you kind of slip it up a fret or down a fret or fill in the gaps, it's going to start to sound really interesting, you know what I mean? So it's, there's just a little taster of some of my thoughts on, arpeggios and how I can use them to really kind of, I don't know, to your advantage really, to really sound good when you're improvising. So thanks for the question. And if you've got a question, just fire away. I'd love to hear it. And if it's anything to do about Gypsy Jazz guitar, then I'm your man. If you want to see some really awesome stuff, then go to gypsyjazzsecrets.com. Just type that into your URL, Gypsy Jazz Secrets, and you won't be disappointed. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in your next one real soon.